Oliver, just how significant is this recognition of Palestine as a state by these European countries, and what will it change?
Well, it's significant, but it won't have much of an effect immediately. This sort of recognition is not going to change facts on the ground. It's not going to bring about a ceasefire or stop Israel building settlements in the West Bank, and it won't magic up a Palestinian state either. And for instance, recognition of Palestine is actually quite a widespread thing globally. That is, out of 193 UN member states, 143 as of yesterday had recognised a Palestinian state. Only 50 did not recognise. That includes most of Latin America, practically all of Africa, a lot of Asia as well. A lot of them, those recognitions date from 1988 when the PLO declared a Palestinian state. But despite the Oslo Accords and many successive peace talks since then, this hasn't really moved the dial much, just as the recognition this week by Ireland, Norway and Spain isn't going to. But it may provide some impetus for talks towards a two-state solution, which all three of those countries do support. Also, the respective reactions from the Palestinians and the Israelis suggest that it is significant. The Palestinians welcomed it. The Israelis have been rather furious in their condemnation. But the fact that Benjamin Netanyahu's government has reacted so strongly, it suggests that the move has potential to actually move things a little bit further down the line, but certainly not in the next week or in the next few months.
Right, so where do other European countries stand on this?
Well, Europe is very much divided. It's also the big global outlier in recognition of Palestine. If we take a look at a map of European countries that recognised Palestine before today, these are the ones in red. They're overwhelmingly on the east of Europe, and most of those, their recognition dates from 1989 when they were ruled under communism. So some of those have maintained that recognition today. Differences are Iceland there on the left, and also Sweden. Sweden actually in 2014 recognised Palestine, and that was the first country to do so as an EU member. The reaction from Israel at the time was actually fairly muted compared to its condemnation today. There are other European countries, however, that are not really quite the same. Germany and France, for instance, are not saying that now is not the time. The UK also said that. However, we do have Slovenia and Malta who say that they are considering following the other three countries in recognising Palestine.
Right, so what was it that pushed Norway, Ireland and Spain to recognise a state of Palestine now?
Well, it was certainly alarm at the violence of the last 7 months, and they also feel that there is a way that they can get the Israelis and the Palestinians ultimately back to the negotiating table. Irish Foreign Minister Micheál Martin said that the three countries wanted to see a future of normalised relations between the two peoples and to implement a two-state solution. Pedro Sanchez this morning also said the aim is to help Israelis and Palestinians achieve peace. There's also a response to public opinion. All three countries, the public, are largely in favour of a two-state solution, and they have pro-Palestinian sympathies. Polls show that 81% of Irish people want a ceasefire in the Gaza conflict. 78% of Spaniards support their government's recognition of Palestine, while polls in Norway consistently call for Israel to withdraw from the West Bank. Now, there was fury from Israel, whose government summoned the ambassadors last week of all three countries, and they filmed them and broadcast them being forced to watch footage of the October 7th attacks. And the point was clearly to tell them the act of recognising Palestine was a reward for Hamas. This drew an angry response from all three governments, who said it was a violation of diplomatic norms. And all three governments have said that they roundly condemned the Hamas attacks on October 7th, and Irish Foreign Minister Micheál Martin even visited the site of one of those attacks in the weeks that followed.
All right, Oliver, thank you for that analysis.